Welcome to the Navy's Marine Species Awareness Training. This training has been developed to help fulfill the Navy's goals and responsibilities in the protection of marine species. The training is presented in two parts. The first part will familiarize you with the laws and policies that protect marine is the Marine Mammal Protection Act, or MMPA. All marine mammals are protected from harm and harassment under the MMPA. These include whales, dolphins, porpoises, manatees, sea lions, sea otters, seals, and walruses. The Endangered Species Act, or ESA, protects all species that have been designated as threatened or endangered. Several species of marine mammals and all species of sea turtles are threatened or endangered. Now, how do these requirements relate to your job? The Navy conducts a number of training activities, such as dropping live ordnance at sea, that require the use of measures to protect marine mammals and sea turtles. A key component of almost all these protective measures is determining if there are any marine animals in the area. This critical duty is usually performed by the bridge watch team or aircrew. Note that protective measures may be issued for an individual exercise, or there may be a standing message that applies to all exercises of a certain type or in a certain area. For example, in the Charleston-Jacksonville op area, there are special protective measures. The pattern and color of the cape can help you determine species. Noting the blow shape, frequency, and tilt, as well as the dorsal fin's shape, size, and placement on the animal's body, are all important to note if you are trying to identify species. When recording information about a marine species sighting that will help you identify the species, it is recommended that you concentrate on answering the following questions. How long is the animal? What is the head shape? Does it have a dorsal fin? What is the length of the pectoral fins or flippers? Are there any distinctive markings? What is the shape of the blow? Remember, although the species of marine mammal is valuable information to report, you are not required to identify the species of the animals you see. Before we discuss individual whale species, let us first note that there are two main types of whales: baleen whales, or mysticetes, and toothed whales, or odontocetes. These two types are based on whether they have teeth or baleen with which to feed. Baleen whales are filter feeders and use their baleen plates to catch zooplankton or small fish by skimming or gulping water and straining out the food. Baleen whales include the large whale species such as the right, blue, bowhead, fin, sei, humpback, minke, and gray whales. Toothed whales use their teeth to strain or grasp food. Toothed whales include sperm, beaked, pilot, and killer whales. Now let us take a look at each of them individually. Right whales are one of the most endangered of all the large whales. You should be especially aware of this species' distribution and behavior because it is highly susceptible to vessel collision. The reason for this is because they are slow-moving. They spend a lot of time at or just below the surface. They don't seem to react to or avoid oncoming vessels, and they often utilize the same nearshore habitats where most vessel traffic is concentrated. Right whales in the North Pacific and in the North Atlantic are critically endangered. There are three designated critical habitat areas for the North Atlantic right whale: one off the southeastern coast of the U.S. and two off the northeast coast of the U.S. The southeastern critical habitat is the most important for breeding and calving. In addition to the critical habitat in the southeast, there is a larger consultation area shown here. This area is located off the coast of South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, in the near shore area of the Charleston-Jacksonville operating area. During the calving season of December through March, special protective measures have been established to ensure the safety of the whales in and around the southeastern consultation area. A naval message goes out annually which details the steps vessels and aircraft must take to the surface and float on their backs, where they then hit shells together or use rocks and other tools to pry open the shells. There are two species of sea otters found on the west coast of the United States: the southern or California sea otter and the northern sea otter. The northern sea otter is found in the waters off Washington, Alaska, and Canada. Sea otters do not occur on the East Coast or in the Gulf of Mexico. Marine mammals are not only protected by federal law, They are important and irreplaceable resources in our environment. As a general rule, it is best to watch, observe, and avoid interaction with all marine mammals. In closing, it is the goal of the Navy to coexist with all creatures of the sea, and we will strive to continue to be the leaders and protectors of the open ocean. Whether it is protection of marine mammals and wildlife, or the protection of our great country and allied forces, the Navy has ensured that many resources have been utilized to accomplish our mission. But the most important resource is you, the men and women of the Navy. With your commitment and dedication, we will continue to be the best in the world.